What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and we are back. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, are we back, and are we so back? I just happened to be floating around my local Ross one day, and I I couldn't resist. I just could not resist, ladies and gentlemen. I was floating around, and I just happened to see that there was a specific type of two-pack that recently was just released at GameStop. So yeah, I definitely did not know what else to do aside from just get it. So anyways, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Leader Class 2-pack. Let's see if we can get this whole thing in frame here. The Leader Class 2-pack G2 Dinobot Swoop and Sludge. And yes, I did purchase this at Ross. And if you live in the United States, you will know that Ross, much like Ollie's, much like TJ Maxx, much like Burlington Coat Factory, all of those places are secondary outlet stores. So what that means is that if something doesn't sell in the normal main store, like Walmart or Target or even something as simple as as a regular old grocery store, they will send it to these stores so that they can see if they can sell them and still make some money off of them. So basically legal scalping. But anyways, I can't really show off the majority of the box because there's not really a ton to show aside from some artwork on the back that's exactly the same on the front. So we're just going to remove that, and we are going to split this into two reviews. Yes, we are, because, well, that's how this is going to roll. So today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Leader Class G2 Swoop. And oh my gosh, I forgot how ugly the G2 designs were. I forgot about that. When they did all the Legacy Velocitrons, or the Toxitron collection in from Legacy Evolution, take note, that wasn't bad, but when they did that, I was already appalled by the amount of neon colors that I was seeing. So anyways, moving on, we are going to be taking a look at the Leader Class Swoop, which, I'm going to be real with you, again, it's uglier than ugly, and there are things about this figure that are different from the original figure. And what do I mean by different? Well, it's mainly the head sculpt, and we will get to that later on in the transformation. One thing I will say, this is a figure that I rarely would say this, could benefit from usage of less paint. Yes, you heard me right. Less paint. These feet, these thighs, parts of the no parts of the arm, the parts of the legs, the feet, the toes, like a lot of the head, a lot of the neon colors you're seeing are painted. They are painted. And take note, that's not a bad thing in some areas, but when it comes to a G2 figure like this, we all know what paint means on a figure like this, and that means chipping. So yeah, I'm not real too thrilled about that. But anyways, let's get this dude off to the side so we can do our scale comparisons, if we can get him into frame as best we can. So anyways, here he is next to another toy repaint. Here he is next to the retro release wheelie. Here he is next to, oh, what the heck, we'll throw this one out there. Here he is next to Leader Sludge. G1 Sludge, not G2 Sludge. We'll get to that one in a minute. Here he is next to G1 Grimlock and Wheelie. And finally, here he is next to his G1 counterpart, Leader Swoop, which, again, I don't have problems with it, but we're going to get into the problems with this one. We're going to get into those. We're going to get into those, and oh boy, are we going to get into those for sure. So, anyways, without all of that done, or with all of that done, let's get this guy into his robot mode. And because this is the G2 Swoop, and like all of the G2 figures, they all were just repaints. So There's no surprise coming when I show the majority of this is going to be, oh, what a surprise, an exact redo of the original G1. But anyways, the colors are just a bit more vibrant. I'm going to start by removing those or untabbing them from these pieces here. There are these two spots right there. I'm going to remove those, do the same, and make sure that they just kind of fold forward, and then take the toes and make sure that they are in the proper spot. So, yes. Next, you're going to take these toe sections. You're not going to break the tabs on them, but because they are these toes, they are not very easy, so make sure that you do this very carefully. Fold out the heel spurs, and oh, look at that, all the legs are done. Next, you're going to come to this top section here. You're going to untab the wings of the arms. You're going to then bring these all the way back, and we will deal with these in a minute. Next, you're going to take these pieces here, and you're going to split them as best as you can. So, do that, and then take the pterodactyl head sculpt. If you have issues with this, do not be afraid. Take this piece, lift it up, bring this all the way down. Come on. Bring this all the... Wait. You're going to come down. There's a neck piece right here. You're going to open that up, and then you're going to bring this all the way down, close that up, and then you're going to close up the chest, like so. Now we'll work on the wings. Take these pieces here. We're going to take these, bring them all the way back. You're going to then take the wings, bring them forward, and just take these on the double hinge and bring them all the way back. And there is a tab on both sides of these, so this is how this looks on this side. Take that, untab that, and you're just going to tab everything into place like so. Then you're going to come over here to the hands. You're going to flip them out like so. We're going to straighten everything out. We're going to bring back in all of the weapons, like so, as I stated. Bring this back. Pop that right there. And because it was Swoop, he came with 2 swords instead of 1. So we'll just give him 2, because one of these is supposed to be Grimlocks, so yes. And with that being said, that is the G2 Swoop in his robot mode, and I gotta say, I don't hate this. I genuinely don't hate this. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. I genuinely don't hate it. I will say this, I definitely do like the inclusion of the original Swoop head. I do appreciate that. Whether or not this is something that we're going to get in the future with future releases of the Dinobots, that I have a feeling we're going to get a multitude of them, I would not be surprised if that does become the case. So, let's take a quick peek at the dude's back. This is, once again, one of the cleanest backs that you can probably get from a Transformer figure, in at least from this type of mold. So, yeah. Anyways, with all of that being said, let's get him into his scale comparisons, then we shall get into final thoughts, then we shall rank the figure. So, bring this over here. Here he is next to Retro Release Wheelie. Here he is next to G1 Sludge. Here he is next to G1 Grimlock and Wheelie. And finally, as promised, here he is next to G1 Swoop, or maybe not G1 Swoop, but 86 Swoop. So you can clearly see there was no, like, massive tampering with this figure. It's pretty much the same. There's just a lot of paint in places that I really wish there was no paint. Like, these legs, the majority of these legs are painted. Now, this is where I said, as I said in the beginning of the video, this is where I'm going to make a controversial statement where this is a figure that could benefit from less paint. And the reason I say that is because we're not asking for cartoon accuracy because there was no cartoon, and we're not asking for massive toy accuracy either. We're just asking for, hey, if we're going to complete the Dinobots in G2, let's make it worth our while. So, yeah. Now, with all of those thoughts being said, where do we rank this guy? Well, I think this figure, with it being the G2 Swoop, or the G2 Swoop, with it being the G1 Swoop mold from Studio Series 86, which is not a bad mold to begin with, I can, in good faith, actually give this thing a pretty decently high ranking. And I haven't. This is the first of the Age of the Primes G2 Dinobots that I've actually even gotten to take a look at. So the fact that this is the first one that I'm looking at, I feel like I may have spoiled myself because G2 Grimlock is everywhere, but I can't seem to nail down Snarl or not. Yeah, is it Snarl? Yeah, Snarl and Slug. So or is it Slag? Excuse me, Slag. I can't manage to nail one of those down, and I don't feel like paying $100 for it at GameStop. So if I manage to find it elsewhere, I'll find it elsewhere. However, as I stated, you can find these two guys at Ross. Just be on the lookout. You're gonna have to be diligent and take note. From what I understand, they're only gonna get one of these, maybe two. If you're lucky, they'll have three. Out of this world odds, there will be four, but take note, I doubt you're going to find much. However, this is the season to start going to Ross and starting to go check those out and starting to go make sure that everything is kosher. So, that being said, I give this figure a 7.5 out of 10. And this is Thomas Fan01 saying, do not forget to subscribe for more content. Do not forget to leave a comment down below, somewhere down here. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button because that also helps out the channel. And also one more thing, please do not forget to subscribe to Jordy's Rail videos, Alexander Rothschild, Riveted Rail Fan and Riveted Reviews, Patrick's Voice Rail, iStar552, Bravely GG, Kitten Cat 999, Zaga the Animator and/or Zaga and Oreo, TruthsterTube, and oh what the hey, Lemon Lime Productions, because they are all friends, fans, and family of the show. So please do not forget to go check all of them out. Now, this is Thomas 101 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.